Hey everyone, this is Saul from Three Kingdoms Games, coming today with the how to play video for Welcome Back to the Dungeon. Now, Welcome Back to the Dungeon is a fantastic 2 to 4 player push your luck game where you and your friends take turns running through a dungeon and pretty much messing with each other. Now, if you want to see a more in-depth review of this, that will be linked in the description box down below. I'm going to set this up on the table and show you how it plays. For Welcome Back to the Dungeon, the components are very straightforward. You'll have the 4 different heroes, each which come with 6 specific equipment to that hero. You have the monster and special monster cards, which have 2 sides to them, which I'll explain in a second. You have your success tokens, the special monsters, which there are 6, and the monster deck. Now, there's also the dragon board. This is to track your hit points while you're running through the dungeon. So setup for the game is very simple. What you start with is you take 2 of the special monsters, any 2 at random, just so I'll go over them really quickly. The fairy, which is 0. The gelatinous ooze destroys a piece of equipment. The shapeshifter is equal to its position in the dungeon. So if it's the second monster you fought, it's 2 power, so on and so forth. And it becomes the identity of that monster. So if it's a 4, it's a vampire. The ally, so it negates the next monster after it. The mimic, which is strength equal to the number of equipment you still have when you face it. And the, for lack of a better word, Dracula-like character, which is if you don't have a success token, it's a vampire, so it's a 4. If you have a success token, it's no longer a vampire, but it's an 8. So you take 2 of these at random, put the rest in the box. These go into the monster deck, which monsters, so you know, have a hit value like I was just showing on the other ones, specific weapons that will defeat them, as you can see here, and there's a variety of them. And you just shuffle that up. And that's now your dungeon, or well, your monster deck, I should say. Now each player will get a card for the special monsters and a card for the regular monsters. It shows you how many of each one there are. Now the flip side is if you fail a run, you flip it over, because if you fail 2 runs, you are out of the game. Point of this game is to try to succeed at 2 runs first or be the last one standing. So 1, 1. You give the same thing to the next player. These can go off to the side. You then pick one of the heroes that you all will be. That's important because it's how the push your luck mechanics work in this game. So for the sake of it, we will say we will take the princess. So the rest of the heroes go off to the side. Princess. And her 6 equipment. So total the HP, which is currently 10. Now on your turn, you have pretty much 3 things you can do. Either draw a monster, you will draw a monster, or pass. But when you draw a monster, you have 1 or 2 choices. So you see that the 4, you can choose to either add it to the dungeon or put it away. If you put it away, you take away a piece of equipment. And then the next person will go and so on and so forth. So let's say I wanted to face this. Next person goes, draws. It's a 5. They don't want to deal with it, or they want to try to play some head games with people, because this is that kind of game. You're going to have a lot of fun if you mess with each other. Put that aside. And since you put it aside, let's say I want to mess with people, so I'm going to take this away. So this would reduce all damage by 2 that you take. Let's say the next person adds, so on and so forth, and then everyone eventually passes. Whoever the last person is left in the round has to run the dungeon. At that point, what you do is you put the rest of the deck away, take this, and you resolve them one at a time. So for instance, 3, let's say I didn't want to use any of those, I take 3, so this goes down 1, 2, 3. If it hits 0, I die. Next is a 1, and then next would be the 4, assuming I had no way of doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look, I succeeded. I get one of these. And then for the next round, we get rid of these. Bring out the next hero. Usually whoever won, we choose. And then you shuffle these up. And round order continues like that. Now, for the hero and the equipment cards, some of the cards do have that lightning bolt icon on the bottom corner. If they have that, they are one-time use. So when you use it, you discard it afterwards. So there you have it. That's how easy Welcome Back to the Dungeon is. And there you have it. That's Welcome Back to the Dungeon. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's an easy way to keep the content coming. As well as you can follow us on all major social media, and that's in the description box down below. And as always, you can follow our blogs at threekingdomsgames.com. Those come out weekly. I'll see you next time.